is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another adventure with the Bearded Bobber. And as you can see, I am on a 2020 Harley Davidson CVO Street Glide. And let's go ahead and roll that B-roll. Isn't this a pretty bike? I mean, it's got a really nice paint job, you know, fit and finish is just gorgeous. The power feels great. Now, I did ride the 2019 CVO with the 117, but it didn't have the snorkel. The snorkel was on the road glide that I rode. And I think it makes a huge difference being able to hear that motor open up and just bitching. You can see the stereo system worked pretty good. I'll throw some clips at the end for that. Just a real quick so you guys can get a feel of the audio. You're never gonna get the exact, you know, it's just, this is how it works. This is YouTube, you know? Everything in person sounds way different. My exhaust on the bobber sounds quieter than it does in person, I'll tell you that right there. Because you can't feel the exhaust like you can in person. But you know, let's throw some stats up on the screen for you guys on this 2020. The first 2020 bike I've ridden so far. I love these gauges. I love the way they do all this stuff. Everything looks immaculate. Just super fine finish on this. This is some of the stuff that I do love more. Now, price tag wise, you gotta wonder if it's worth that, but if you're in the market for it, this is a great, you know, finished bike. Not a huge fan of hydraulic clutches, that's just me, but everything, you know, shifts smooth, runs smooth. There's no complaints on that stuff. If you guys have ridden anything new, Harley, Indian, whatever, everything runs just so damn nice. Ooh. This motor's pretty badass. I wish I could open it up, but I haven't been able to just yet. Ooh. But this feels great. I'm not getting any buffering off just the setup they have here, and mirrors are good. It's felt really good going into corners and turns. You know, I gotta look at that lean angle. I want to know what it is. It's probably around like 31 or something, but you know, it dipped just fine, came back just fine. Exactly what you'd want, you know? It doesn't feel heavy going into the corners, and same things I've said with the last one and the Chieftain. Like, these new baggers nowadays don't feel like you're, you know, carrying dead weight. They're smooth, they want to go. I think if you're in the market for a bagger, you couldn't go wrong either way. It just depends on what you're looking for, price range and everything else. Because, damn, when you start reaching 40,000, you know, SUV status, which even SUVs nowadays are stupid priced. Like, I don't know, I'm getting a little off topic, but at the same time, just vehicles in general, man. Fucking ridiculous. Harley sells these CVOs though. I'm really surprised that we haven't seen the Road Glide CVO. A lot of people are thinking it's going to come mid-season, but I would hope so. From everything I've heard, it was one of like the top selling CVOs and touring models, which, like I said, that price range is crazy. I mean, Harley put out the Electric Glide, you know, the stripped down version of this, and they're just competing with price. So people can be hard to read. Areas, numbers, you know, none of it all makes sense. New bike sales across the board are down. Polaris' sales look down because they have a damn slingshot in the same category, but this is a smooth bike. Definitely digging it. Sometimes these demo rides can actually get really hard to do vocally, because not knowing all the specs and everything else gets really tedious. You know, just letting you guys know how I feel on the bike, and that's all I really can do. You know, I put a lot of miles on my bobber, so anything's gonna be a little bit more comfortable than that. But I have ridden a lot of other bikes so far, and starting the 2020 off right with this one. You know, you got your gear indicators like before, you know, your volts, fuel, there's all kinds of stuff going on with this thing. Now, the new RDRS system, if you guys don't know, it's a lot like what the FTR has and some other bikes have. The traction control, ABS, all that stuff is smarter than it used to be. Now it knows like the lean angle of the bike and stuff like that, and correct amount of pressure to be applying. Well, you know, if you're in a turn, you don't want to overpressure, stuff like that. You know, where your traction is, all your balance, stuff like that. Of course, there's probably way more scientific stuff to go into about that, but that's the overall what it is. The Riders, I'll throw it on the screen. Riders Defense riding system or something like that. You know, for not being on the freeway, this has been a pretty good, like, overall feel going through the day-to-day shit. Gets us up to speed. Not a bad course. Good job, Riverside, Harley Davidson. A couple of Harley Davidson dealers I've, you know, been to down here. I mean, I've been to a lot of them, but Victorville, Riverside, and Huntington Beach have always treated me really fair, like nice. You know, every person I've talked to while being there have been fantastic. Don't always get that other places. Quaid Harley Davidson usually is pretty good. I've had a couple of dealers that I'm like, man, I'm not going back there. Not putting them out on blast, but just saying. I'm happy to have Victorville and Riverside close to me doing demo rides, because some good peoples. And that's what I love about motorcycles, is good peoples. Let me know if any of you guys have been out there on the CVOs, or hell, just the street glides in general, and what your thoughts are. I always love talking to you guys in the comments. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. You know, finished up this demo ride, and hopefully get on a couple more Harleys here. But we'll see. So, alright, you guys, stay safe, stay classy.